Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for April 7th of 2024 is titled "A Total Solar Eclipse over Wyoming." So what do we see here? Well, this is an image of the eclipse of August 2017, also known as the Great North American Eclipse, because it went across from the west coast of North America to the east. And in fact, most people in North America were able to see at least a partial eclipse. Now, in order to see a total eclipse, you have to be right on what is called the path of totality. And that is that region where the moon shadow, the tip of that shadow, will touch Earth. And it is relatively narrow. It's miles wide, but it does not cover a very large area as compared to that for the partial eclipse. So we have another eclipse coming up tomorrow on April the 8th, which will come through again through North America, in this case from Mexico up through Texas, and then the eastern portion of the United States and parts of Canada. And most of the area, in fact, much of North America, will see at least a partial solar eclipse. How much of the sun will be eclipsed depends on how close you are to the path of totality. If you are very close to it, you might end up with 80 or 90% of the sun covered, and it will get rather dark. You can definitely see a dusky change in how bright it is. If you're much farther away, then you might not even notice it unless you happen to see the sun during that time. On the path of totality, it will get as dark as nighttime. The sun will be completely blocked out, and it gives you a chance to see the solar corona, or atmosphere of the sun. Now we see that in the progression of the image here. We see multiple images as the moon passed in front of the sun, and the central image there being that of totality, when the moon was completely blocking out the face of the sun. And around we see the solar corona, the outer solar atmosphere. It's always there. It's just normally the sun is too bright for it to be visible. And you'll note that even when just a little bit of the sun is there, you still can't see the corona. It doesn't take a whole lot. It's actually very faint by comparison. And if you get a chance to see the total phase of the eclipse and have clear skies, you may be able to see the corona as well coming up tomorrow. And you'll note that it is only visible when it gets completely dark, as the moon passes completely in front of the sun. So coming up just tomorrow, and that will be the total solar eclipse of April of 2024, and a chance to see that depending on what the weather happens to be like in your location and how close you happen to be to the path of totality of that eclipse. So that was our picture of the day for April 7th of 2024. It was titled "A Total Solar Eclipse over Wyoming." We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be comet tails. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.